second game of the Giants won the second game. Meanwhile, the Chargers dipping in the local prep talent pool, probably because they've been watching the Prep Pigskin Report for the last 19 years. And on Saturday, the Bolts taking their first ever Iron Hog Award winner.
The Los Angeles Chargers select Scott Quesenberry, center of UCLA.
Yeah, the Bolts using 2 of their 7 draft picks on local guys from the Los Angeles football programs that constantly drew more fans than the Chargers did at StubHub Center. In Scooter and Friday's second-round pick from USC, Uchenna Nwosu.
I was upstairs. I was getting pretty frustrated, so I kind of just removed myself from the situation. And then when the Chargers called, I came downstairs, and everyone just erupted. And we've all been Charger fans our whole life down here, so it was pretty surreal to be playing for the hometown team again. Probably the longest minutes of your life. Between every pick, it's like you're just staring at your phone, hoping for it to light up. And then when it finally does, it's like the greatest feeling in the world that I've felt up to this point. Being, hopefully one of the next greats in the lineage of O-line up there, guys like Marcus McNeil, Nick Hardwick, Jeff Goff, Chris Thielman. I can just run down the line. It's pretty incredible, and it's really exciting, and I'm really looking forward to it.
You say you've been a Charger fan your whole life, You may be converting some people who had given them up.
I have about 150 text messages on my phone that say exactly that. So it's pretty exciting, and everyone didn't really care where I landed. They just wanted to see me land in a good spot, and I think I have. And like I said, I'm excited to be a Charger.
Meanwhile, the NFL Network and ESPN NFL draft experts breaking down Scooter as well as his brother David, who was drafted in 2013 by the Texans.
David finished chemo treatments on April 13th, 2017, has rung that bell and, of course, made it back onto the Texans roster. So that's very good news all the way around for David, and now very good news for Scott Quesenberry going to the Chargers.
Really, what grew on me is efficiency. Great awareness, great toughness. I think he's very efficient in pass protection. You saw he took care of things up at the line with the line calls and always was doing the right things in terms of angles. I like this guy, and I think eventually Scott Quesenberry, if not a really good backup and a versatile backup, could develop a year or two down the road into a starter for the Chargers.
Meanwhile, 2013 Silver Pigskin winner Royce Freeman was taken by the Denver Broncos on the 3rd round on Friday. Saturday, the former Oregon running back found himself meeting with the Denver media.
All that durability and all those carries just reflected in my productivity throughout my 4 years at Oregon. It's not often you get backs playing as many games or taking as many carries, so I feel like the fact that I was able to do so proves that I'm a durable running back.
As for the rest of the NFL, some news and notes, starting with Shaquem Griffin, the one-handed linebacker out of Central Florida.
With a spin move, because the Seattle Seahawks select Shaquem Griffin, linebacker, Central Florida.
How cool is this? Shaq will join his twin brother, there in Seattle.
Breathe right now. I'm not gonna lie.
He still can't breathe.
Oh my God.
Hey, well, it's a real deal, man. Appreciate you waiting this thing out. I know you've been dying a little bit, but this is a great moment, and we're really excited about it. We're expecting you to come in here and bust. Now, you know that, right?
Yes, sir. I'm going to give everything I got.
It was in God's hands, and, I'll wait all over again for me to have the opportunity to be back with my brother. And for everybody who picked in front of me, for everybody who doubted me, they gonna really feel who I am. And I'm not going to let no price or, no pick define who I am. And to see, your dream come true and to come true the way it did today, to get a chance to play, with each other again. Man, it means the world to me, and I know it means the world to him, man. That's why I'm so emotional. I don't think I cried at my draft day, and I couldn't hold it. I just couldn't hold it.
As for all the locals drafted, about Rashad Penny going to Seattle as well. And then, of course, Fred Warner picked up on Friday, as well as Royce Freeman. As for the rest of the guys, Scooter going to the Chargers, and fullback Nick Bodden going to the Detroit Lions. Now, the other good thing about the NFL is local undrafted free agents. A lot of guys you saw in the PPR. There's the Shaq's Pigpen inductee. There's a guy who was a guest on our thing. Jalen Davis, another guy out of Helix. As for, let's keep on going, Ross Dwelly, tight end from USD. Micah Holder, who was on, of course, the PPR. Cameron Kelly, the defensive back from San Diego State. Jeremiah Clooney, another Shaq's Pigpen inductee. Quentin Meeks, a Silver Pigskin finalist. Tyree Robinson out of Lincoln. And then, of course, tight end David Wells from San Diego State, and Kyle Lewis out of San Marcos High School, who played up at Cal Poly San Luis Obispo, going to Detroit. Meanwhile, at Southwestern College, the Jaguars hosting their 3rd annual Big Man Camp for linemen. The camp is centered around giving linemen the opportunity to work on their football skills out on the field instead of in the weight room. The goal of the day being able to give everyone a brand new game, or for a veteran or a new guy, with a skill to walk away with that it will apply in real game situations.
Inspiration, it just allows me to know that if I perceive and, do my dreams and, work hard, that I can maybe get there with him one day. I think we're a little bit of the unsung heroes, but that's okay.
Come out and work hard. Bring something different to your game. Try to get better yourself. It can happen to anybody. It can happen to the young man from LCC. That means San Diego's put a ton of guys into the NFL. There's a lot of those dreamy kind of stories, but the one thing that comes together for everybody is hard work. When you look at players, a lot of times they don't look like a player. They look like just some guy on the team. But then they get out there and snap the ball and start playing the actual game. There's a whole different person comes out of their body.
All right, we go to the newly named Bill Dickens East County Basketball All-Star Tournament at Mount Miguel. Bill's wife, Awanda, recognized for their work. Cam Berry of West Hills wins the boys' three-point shooting contest, making 20 in the final round at 60 seconds. In the second quarter of the game, South MVP Ron Traylor of Mount Miguel throws down the dunk. He finishes with 26. Fourth quarter now, and North MVP Nisham Carter of Christian with a nice crossover move. Carter scores 24. Let's go Kenny's Thomas Fishburne gets the bucket and draws the hard foul. South wins it final 113-108.
It feels great to play at home one last time, man. I'm just thankful that I got the opportunity to play in here. I've been working hard all season. I just wanted to come out and put on the show, and I feel like we did that.
All right, on the girls' side, Mount Miguel's Alayla Smith, your three-point champion, beating Ayang Agath of Granite in the finals. First quarter of the game now, it's North MVP Kerry Daniels of West Hills getting the bucket and the foul. 19 boards and 21 rebounds for her. Fourth quarter now, Monte Vista's Yolanda Escamilla with a huge three that would end up forcing overtime. South MVP Kamara Douglas of Mount Miguel gets the steal and dishes the Helix Marina Smith, who makes the winning bucket in OT. The South wins 53-51.
I was just trying to have fun and take whatever open shots I had, and even if I wasn't open, try to get open, pass it to my teammates, And we don't play with each other, so I just try to, just play ball out there. Pass, move, cut, pass, and just get the open shot.
How about softball? 35th Annual Hilltop Tournament comes down to two Grosse Pointe Hills teams, Steel Canyon facing Granite Hills. Bottom one, Granite Hills, Stacy Chambers doubles into right. That brings home two. 3-0 at that point. Bottom of two, and it's Brooke Bertucci with a single to left. That brings in two more. It's 10-0 at that point, and on the Hills, Granite Hills pitcher Stacy Chambers. Well, she's really good. How about 8 strikeouts for her as they go on to win the game 17-2 via mercy rule.
They're a great team. Props to them. It's always a battle when we play them. I feel good. I continue to execute my pitches no matter what the score was. My main goal was to get outs, and I always try to accomplish that. We battled hard at times. It was a struggle, but we pulled through in times of need. It's a big win for us.